It's simple to see, it's at Magik TV, so the world can believe it's at Magik TV.
Hi, I'm Gordon River, and I'm here with Magik TV, and I'm here with actress, singer, producer Kat Kramer, daughter of Stanley Kramer.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Kat. And now Kat is tonight is doing a special thing called Meet The Biz, and this is Kat's first acting class. Would you like to tell me, what are you going to cover in acting tonight?
Well, David Zimmerman created Meet The Biz. A lot of people participate, like Lainey Kazan, who's a mentor of mine, Bruce Valanche, Dee Wallace. I mean, there's so many different artists that do their own workshops. They can do whatever they want, pretty much. So when David invited me to do this, I was thrilled. And, you know, what makes Meet The Biz so different is that there's a lot of actors that are, you know, with differences, and we're looking for diversity in film today, film and television. And some of the actors tonight you'll see here are quadriplegics, paraplegics. A couple of them are actually blind. One is hard of hearing, but they don't really like to be called disabled. But I mean, they're looking for roles that, you know, either for characters in wheelchairs or not. And so we're looking to you know, really change things, I think, the way people look at it in the industry. But my father, Stanley Kramer, made a film in 1949. It actually was released in 1950 called The Men, and it was Marlon Brando's debut. A lot of people don't know that. And he played a paraplegic after World War II, actually during the war. And my father, being ahead of his time, cast real paraplegics in the other roles. And so there's a couple of people in this workshop tonight that really like the film. It is a classic, it's black and white, and I'm hoping a lot of, you know, the people that haven't seen it will look at it after tonight. But what I wanted to do was take some scenes from that, because I don't think it's ever before been done, and, you know, have the actors relate to what paraplegics went through back in 1949, 1950 during World War II. We're actually preparing an updated version of The Men right now for Broadway. Hopefully that's going to open there next year. And so that's in the works. And that's for the men in the class. We have primarily actresses tonight, and some of them are in wheelchairs. One of them is blind. And so I chose my mentor, Lily Tomlin, you know, who's done so many great characters and monologues throughout her career. One character she created, though, for her very first Broadway show was a quadriplegic named Crystal. And she personally gave me the monologue for everyone to do tonight. So it is primarily for the actresses in the workshop, but, you know, the men can do it too. I think it's interesting to, you don't always have to have men play men's characters and women play women. You can mix it up and, you know, change the gender and just see what happens. And I think that shows diversity right there. And so, yeah, I'm interested to see what they bring to the scenes. I don't think this has ever before been done, so it's not only my first time, but I don't think these scenes, to the best of my knowledge, or that monologue have ever been done. Certainly not at Meet The Biz, certainly not, you know, not that I'm aware of.
I was actually with a group of actors, it was Born to Act players, and it was, I was waiting tables at the time when I first got to LA. A friend of mine says, I have this class, why don't you come on Saturday? So I went, opened the door, there's 30 Down syndrome kids. It's amazing. After that first day, I was with them for 10 years, and they became a family. Wonderful actors. They do three shows a year. Mary Rings is the head of that. And through that, I connected with the Media Access Office and started teaching my own classes. And the Media Access Office houses over 900 members who happen to have different kinds of disabilities. They're actors, dancers, singers. I started teaching my own class, and it moved. We've done it in Santa Monica, we've done it in Hollywood, and now we're doing it at Actors for Autism, and tonight we're doing it at Inclusion Films. Joey Travolta and Bill Dion and all the people here are just amazing and gracious, and we work from the space here and work with them on it. The class is, I started teaching on my own. And what I do now, about a couple years ago, three years ago, I started saying, why not bring in directors, producers, writers, other actors who are working in the business to connect and try to mesh everybody, all about connecting. So now we have classes with Kat Kramer. We have Lainey Kazan, Charlene Tilton, Bruce Valanche, Bruce Davison. The list goes on, Robert David Hall from CSI. we have the producer, writer, director of What the Bleep, and everybody brings in their own thing. Whatever they want to do, they can do it. And sometimes it's a one-night class, and then like Lainey came in, and she had a one-night class, and it was like, oh, I want to do more, so now she does a month. So that's a tiny bit of what it is.
What kind of things in the scenes study would you like to work on?
Well, I've got, scene study, because they've had all of them have had the scenes for a couple of days, and I'm going to let them choose which ones they want to do. Like for Crystal, that's a monologue, and it was written in 1977. It was for Appearing Nightly, which was Lily Tomlin's first Broadway show, and she was the first woman to have a solo show on Broadway, so that's another first. And it was about a quadriplegic who's going hang gliding, a daredevil sport, and in those days, you know, anyone in a wheelchair, not only was it before the Disabilities Act, but they didn't have access to buildings and restaurants. They were really treated not as part of society, and they, you know, certainly didn't go hang gliding. So this is definitely a character ahead of her time, and we're going to be relating to what quads went through, or anyone in a wheelchair. I mean, it's specifically for quadriplegics, but you know, anyone who's in a wheelchair can relate to it, I think, because it shows how far we've come. So we have material from like the late 40s, you know, 1949 specifically, and then 1977. And if you updated this material, it would still have some of the same elements. So I really am excited to see what they bring to it, you know. And I wanted them not to see, first of all, you can't see Lily do Crystal because I own a video of her doing it, but it's not released to the public. It was not included on the HBO special of Appearing Nightly, so no one really knows it. So they'll be taking, you know, her material and doing their own thing with it. There's no way to copy or be even influenced by Lily because they can't see it, so they have to relate to the text. As far as the men, you can rent the film, but you know, I really didn't want to screen it tonight. I want them to be able to do their own thing with that too, and put their own stamp on it.
Yeah, I know that when you're given a scene, you don't want to see the movie because otherwise you'll catch yourself.
Exactly, it's better to watch
like
it afterwards.
Like the actor.
Right. Yeah.
Now, for our viewers, how would our viewers get a hold of you to find out all about the class and join?
Right, they could check it out.
Website,
yeah, we do. www.meetthebiz.net. www.meetthebiz.net. And it's open to everyone. It's all about inclusion and bringing the world together.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And there you have it.
Thank you.